PayPal is going to be working with the ADL to determine who to ban off of their platform. So I'm here to tell you that it might be time to start thinking about alternatives to the monopoly payment systems that are out there right now, including PayPal and Venmo, which I am banned from. I've been banned from PayPal for a long time, and I have a feeling that I know who's responsible for it, and it could be somebody just like the ADL. And so now a payment platform, which I said monopoly, it is a type of monopoly payment platform. It is difficult being banned from PayPal and being disconnected from financial services. And I could talk about the difficulties I've had since I've been banned from there. There are things you can't do. It's harder to get international payments. We're not able to run our shop with a PayPal option, which is convenient for some customers. So we have to start thinking about what to use that's going to be resistant to this form of censorship, because they say it's to protect marginalized communities, but I'm going to suggest that it's not going to take very long before it gets turned on anti-government so-called actors, maybe anti-vaxxers. So I've seen the progression of this. I've seen more and more of my friends getting banned from PayPal. Just recently, the last American vagabond, who does not talk about marginalized groups, was banned from PayPal and Venmo. And my friend Jaron over at Jaronism was previously banned from PayPal, also just recently banned from Venmo. They are on a crusade where they're going after everybody and trying to cut them off at their finances. And this is the idea with the disinformation dozen, the so-called anti-vaxxers. The paper on them calls to go after all of their groups, anywhere you might get funding, anywhere, they're going to go after. So think now about the alternatives and what you're going to do in the future if you want to use a bank, if you want to use a payment service. This is an announcement from the ADL. It says PayPal partners with ADL to fight extremism and protect marginalized communities. This is an announcement from the ADL, a joint statement. PayPal, in partnership with the ADL, has announced a new partnership initiative to fight extremism and hate through the financial industry and across at-risk communities. This is the latest effort by PayPal in combating racism, hate, and extremism across all its platforms and the industry. Oh my goodness. And who are they going to go after? It says PayPal and the ADL will focus on further uncovering and disrupting the financial pipelines that support extremist and hate movements, in addition to extremist and anti-government organizations. The initiative will focus on actors and networks spreading and profiting from all forms of hate and bigotry against any community. So just imagine what you could possibly say that would go up against those guidelines. Just imagine the number of the activism you might be involved in, which could be considered hateful towards a particular group. I wonder if they would protect people who are gender critical. People who are gender critical are called transphobic. Could people like that be banned from PayPal and Venmo? You think you have multiple choices of services. You have multiple payment apps, right? You have PayPal, you have Venmo. Well, Venmo's owned by PayPal. And now they've gotten into the process of banning people from that service. And I've just got a few notifications from friends that have gotten taken off of there. So you can use, for now, the systems that are better than other systems, as far as I can tell, where I haven't been banned yet. But we'll see centralized services. This is the risk to centralization, is then you get to rely on a service like Patreon, PayPal, and then they can cut you off. Well, there is a solution to that. and I've talked about it on this channel before, and that's cryptocurrencies, which is what they're going to go after next. But at least there's no way that we know of that they can take your cryptocurrencies out of your wallet and prevent you from sending them to people. So that is ultimately a solution, but there are other services which have been better so far. So far, Coinbase and Cash App have been less ban happy. And I still have a Cash App. You can send donations that way, and you can send them through cryptocurrency, or you can support me on Rockfin, which pays in cryptocurrency. So, and that's where I can talk about things that otherwise, might be considered anti-government. And I want to be free to talk about those things. So explore different payment options. In every case that you can not use PayPal, don't use PayPal. They take your money anyway. There are better services. Cash App is pretty good, and it lets you actually buy and hold Bitcoin too. So far. But I'm sure I'll be making a video down the road about how they're banning people too. This is the world we live in, where you can get banned. They want to cut you out of society. And, it's only a matter of time before they go after the finances of so-called anti-vaxxers, even regular people. So this is a dystopian reality where the ADL gets to decide who's on social media and who's allowed to spend money, who's allowed to give money. It's a racket. It's not much different than the mafia, really. And much less accountable. So that's what we have going on right now. That is the situation we're up against. Combating anti-hate groups just to be able to get by. So boycott PayPal. That's what I can say. This is, if you didn't know already, they're banning people that you like. Support something else. Till the next one, that is what it is.